Join us as we take on the challenge of exploring 3 stunning islands in just 7 days in Seychelles. Imagine waking up on a different island every few days, surrounded by crystal clear waters, coral reefs, and stunning landscapes that will leave you breathless. That's exactly what we did on our trip to Seychelles, an island chain off the coast of East Africa that's home to 115 islands. In this video, we'll take you through our incredible journey to 3 of those islands, Mahe, Praslin, and Digue, sharing with you the best activities, attractions, and experiences that make each one unique. Make sure to stay until the end to find out which one of the 3 islands was our favorite. Our Seychelles adventure started after a 31-hour travel period on Seychelles' main island, Mahe, where we spent the first 3 nights of our trip. Because our time was limited, we opted to rent a car to allow maximum mobility and enable us to easily reach even the most remote beaches. If you're curious about driving in Seychelles, check out our separate video on this topic that is linked on the screen and in the description box below. Mahe, the hub of Seychelles, stuns with vibrant markets, Creole culture, and incredible natural beauty. You can explore the capital city of Victoria, visit stunning beaches, and take in breathtaking views from the top of Seychellois National Park. This island truly is a tropical paradise. After we landed in Mahe, we made our way over to Point au Sal, located about 15 minutes drive south of the airport, where we checked into our first self-catered apartment, Bacoa-sur-Mer. The penthouse apartment was part of a 3-apartment building located right by the beach and had spectacular views, especially in the morning during sunrise. Hello, we are here in the Seychelles on Mahe in our very first apartment. I'm gonna just turn this around so you can see the beautiful view right by the water. Absolutely incredible. And this apartment is located on one of the main streets that goes circular around the island. And right next to us is a church, and you can actually hear the service because it is Sunday. Not sure if you can hear this. The following 2 days, we explored the island by car. This included visiting multiple beaches, the Victoria markets, and enjoying local foods in beautiful settings. It was unusually hot and humid when we arrived, and while we had planned it, we couldn't find the strength to go on one of the famous hikes, such as the Capolia Trail. Nevertheless, we greatly enjoyed our visit, which included frequent dips and activities in the tropical water right outside of our accommodation. On our 4th day, we headed back to the Mahe airport to catch a flight with Air Seychelles over to Praslin, where we spent 3 nights. We decided on the plane over the ferry because we heard that many people get seasick on the ferry, and we are very glad we made that choice because when we arrived at the airport, the weather turned unexpectedly and the wind was blowing sideways and the rain came down very heavily. You can learn more about our Air Seychelles experience by following the link on the screen or in the description box below. Praslin, the 2nd largest island of Seychelles, is home to some of the most beautiful beaches and crystal clear waters in the world. And while it is the 2nd largest island in Seychelles, it certainly didn't feel busy or crowded. Quite the opposite. It was super laid back, and there was significantly less traffic on the road than in Mahe. Our accommodation was a small private self-catered villa located only 5-minute drive from the airport and again right by the water. Unfortunately, we did have some rain that day, so we started our visit out with a trip to the local grocery market and then headed over to Valle De Mai, one of the must-see attractions on Praslin. Valle De Mai, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is known for its lush biodiversity and unique flora. Many people are unaware of the ecological significance of Valle De Mai. This valley is home to a vast array of plant and animal species that can't be found anywhere else on the planet, including the world-famous coco de mer, a giant double coconut that is endemic to the islands of Praslin and Creole in Seychelles, and it is also shaped like, well, you can decide for yourself. After our visit of Valle De Mai, we headed back to our villa with a stopover at a local takeaway, Vero's, where we grabbed some grilled fish and chicken, which was quite delicious. Takeaways are Seychelles' version of an immerse or a snack bar, usually food truck-style locations where you can pick up simple local dishes such as fried noodles, rice, curries, grilled fish, or chicken. These takeaways are quite delicious and also significantly more affordable than some of the local restaurants. On average, we paid about $15 for 2 main dishes, which made eating here a great choice and also provided us with the opportunity to meet some of the friendly locals. The rest of the day was spent watching the sunset right outside of our villa. The next day, we took a day trip to Digue, a neighboring island that can only be reached by ferry.
Hey, good morning everyone. Another beautiful day here in the Seychelles.
Hey, we're heading to Digue today on a one-day trip with the ferry. So we are taking the ferry at 9 a.m. It's about a 10-minute ride over there. Then we'll rent some bikes and we will be back on our way to Praslin at nighttime. Hopefully the weather will play along today because right now it does look very cloudy and a little bit rainy. But I think we're about to find out and we'll take you along on that journey with us.
We had purchased our ferry tickets with Cat Cocos ahead of time. They were €32 per person round trip, and we have linked the information for you below. When we arrived at the ferry terminal, it was very easy to find free parking, and we then headed into the ferry terminal to wait for our ferry to depart. One word of caution: when you buy your tickets in advance online, you still have to pick up your actual ticket at the ferry ticket counter. We didn't know that and had to run back right before the ferry departure to exchange the voucher for the actual tickets, which was super close.
Hey, here we are on the ferry on our way to Digue. It's a nice sized boat, so I'm not worried about getting seasick because I do get seasick sometimes. It's a 10-minute ride. We're in the middle aisle, so I'm looking forward to this trip.
The ferry ride was indeed very uneventful, and we quickly found ourselves in the Digue port, where we immediately headed over to a local bike rental store. Bike rentals here are about $10 a day, and there are hundreds of bikes on this island. Many look exactly the same. A little tip from us is to take a picture of your bike. It usually has a number on it, as well as a picture of the location where you parked it. This way you can easily retrieve it upon your return.
We made it to Digue. The rain has stopped and the sun is peeking out. We're currently on our bikes and we are driving through the Union Estate to Anse, which is one of the beaches that is an absolute must visit here in Digue.
Anse gets very busy later in the day, so we highly recommend that if you wish to visit here, make this your first stop of the day. Anse is French for cove or bay, and this is very evident when you are visiting Anse. Rather than it being one large long beach, it is a collection of coves that you can reach via a sandy walkway that connects all areas of the stunning beauty. When we left Anse, it started raining again, but that didn't hold us back from checking out the giant tortoises in the Reunion Estate. The turtles here are held in captivity, but if you wish to see them in the wild, you can also head over to Creole Island, where they are freely roaming on the beach. Unfortunately, we did not have enough time to make that trip, but it can be arranged as either a half or full day trip from Praslin. The rain got a lot worse and we were completely soaked on the bike ride. We decided to grab some lunch in a restaurant that was located right by the Digue port to see if the weather would clear, because we really wanted to explore some of the remaining island. However, it didn't get any better after an hour, and we made the unfortunate decision to leave Digue halfway through the day to head back over to Praslin.
So we got rained out in Digue this morning. We went back to our villa to relax for a little while. And now we're going to try to visit Anse Georgette, which is a beautiful beach that is very close to our accommodation. And the owner here provides us with a free pass to get access. So hopefully the weather will play along now and the rain will keep to itself.
Anse Georgette is located inside the Constance Lemuria Hotel and can be accessed via reservation, which is free, or one of the passes that the owner of our villa provided to us. We were not able to drive directly to the beach, but we had to park our car outside of the hotel gates and then walk about 30 minutes to the final location. The walkway passes by a very hilly golf course and is probably best described as a small hike rather than a casual walk. So definitely take that into account if you have mobility issues or if you're traveling with small children. Anse Georgette is a beautiful, untouched beach. It was very windy that day we visited and we were warned up front not to go into the water. Nevertheless, it was a tranquil setting, and while it didn't offer many amenities, there was a small fruit stand to pick up some snacks, and we had also brought some of our own drinks and just enjoyed the views before heading back to our villa. We spent the last full day on Praslin exploring Côte d'Or and another famous beach on Praslin, Anse Lazio, undoubtedly our favorite beach on Praslin. For us, Anse Lazio provided the perfect balance of a beautiful beach with some amenities such as bathrooms, rentable beach chairs, and a few small restaurants and bars. We spent a significant amount of our day here, and when the rain started up again for a short period of time, we enjoyed some of the local Takamaka rum at Coco Loco Beach Bar. We finished the day at Mabuya restaurant and then headed back to our villa to watch the stunning sunset for the last time. The next day, we flew back to Mahe, where we closed out our trip with one last night on the main island. Our goal for the last day was to relax, and the location of our apartment near Anse Royale was absolutely perfect for this. We spent the rest of our time in Seychelles paddleboarding, kayaking, swimming, and taking in the beauty of Anse Royale, which was an absolute perfect ending to this trip. Now, the moment of truth. Which one was our favorite island?
Okay, so here is the final moment of truth. Which island did we like best on this trip? All of the islands definitely were beautiful and had a lot to offer. And I think it's really up to each person to decide what they want to get out of their vacation and then pick an island that suits their needs. For me personally, Praslin was probably the best choice because we just had the most lucky with the beaches. The traffic wasn't as crazy as in Mahe, and we overall found it very relaxing without being too remote and without being too boring.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and please remember you can download our free guide to find the best flight deals in the description below.
As we reflect on our incredible journey to Seychelles, we are reminded of the diversity and beauty of the stunning archipelago. Seychelles is a dream vacation destination that has something for everyone, and we hope this video has inspired you to start planning your own island hopping adventure. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again very, very soon.